shipment of 100 paper clips is odd, but 2, that's where I got suspicious. The second day had me question whether this was some sort of prank. I was smarter this time though. I recognised the weight and feel of the envelope. I recognised the outline of paper clips as I held it up to the light. I didn't let them spill out at my feet, although my curiosity still had me open it to peek inside. You'd do the same. Is it really just paper clips? Yes it is. By the 5th day, I had stopped opening it. I just briefly held it up to the light to confirm the outline looked like paper clips, and then I'd toss it. I don't remember why. I checked my spam folder in my emails, but when I took a look, I immediately saw it. The cheesy headline stood out. Clippity clop, you've won the lifetime paperclip jackpot. Below is the rest of the email. Your luck has just clipped right into place. Congratulations. You are the grand winner of our lifetime supply of paperclips competition. From now on, you can proudly say goodbye to those chaotic loose papers and let our high-quality paperclips take over. No more sacrificing yourself to paper cuts. And guess what? You didn't just win a box, you won an entire lifetime of daily paperclip surprises. You've really hit the jackclip. Starting from next week, you will receive a random amount of our finest, top-notch paperclips every single day. Just imagine the possibilities. Office organisation, arts and crafts, creative paperclip sculptures, and the list is never ending. With your new paperclip friends by your side, there's no end to the horizon of tidiness and creativity. To the max, just like our paperclips, durable, strong, and cliptacular. As we ship your first batch, let's get you started by sharing some mind-blowing paperclip fun facts. I'll save you the fun facts section, as it's not very fun, although I did learn that they've been around since the 1800s. The only interesting thing that this email gave me was the company name, Clipogenics. I promptly sent an email back asking that my prize be transferred to someone else. My exact words were someone more in need of paperclips. Although thinking about it, I'm not sure who that could possibly apply to. Spoiler alert, they did not reply and the envelopes kept on coming. 2 weeks went by, I was still receiving paperclips. 6 weeks went by, nothing changed. A few weeks ago was the 3-month mark. Over 90 days of paperclips. Yes, I had considered selling them, but I really don't know how much money I could make. Also, yes, they even arrived on Sundays. I could not understand who was delivering these. I never caught them, although I assumed the person posting them had no association with the company themselves, so talking to them is never something I attempted. Around that 3-month mark, I was going through my normal daily routine. Make a cup of coffee, pick up the envelope from the hallway floor, hold it up against the light, and toss it in the bin. Only this time, the light revealed the outline of one single paperclip and something else. I have to admit, deep down, part of me was almost excited. A real-life plot twist, something to spice up an otherwise mundane part of my day. Curveballs are usually exciting to me, and this was no as we may never make it right, we'd like to offer you a one-time compensation. Attached to this letter, using one of our sturdy high-end paperclips, we have written a cheque for £2,000. We hope we can continue our partnership professionally. We understand that you may want to cancel your lifetime supply of paperclips. Unfortunately, we must decline this request. We hope you understand. Clipogenics Customer Service Team. No, I did not understand. Do you? Do you understand what the fuck they're talking about? I contacted the police to update them, letting them know that I had received this message. They sent somebody to collect it. The following day, assuming all was well, I picked up the daily delivery from the floor. Before I had a chance to check it, there was a knock at the door. I folded the envelope and put it in my back pocket. I opened the door and was surprised to see a man in a suit looking very concerned. He wasted no time in getting to the point. Hello, we're relocating you. Pack your things and tell nobody. We have a temporary hotel booked for you. My lack of response showed that I had many questions. Look, it's just precautionary. We can't find any evidence of clipogenics ever existing and what? And the finger matched the DNA of a recent assumed suicide. Is now assumed to be murder. I had a feeling there was more. Unfortunately, his next sentence confirmed that. The person in question was found to have also won the competition. I did not need telling twice. I got my essentials packed and was at the hotel in less than 90 minutes. It was only in the next town over, which I found odd, yet comforted that I was still so close to home. After the man left and I was left with my own thoughts, I was surprised at how quiet my head was. I was just content. I wasn't happy or sad or scared. I was just existing. Perhaps I was still in shock. It took about an hour before I remembered the envelope in my back pocket. I held it up to the light and knew from the resulting darkness that this contained another letter. I hesitantly opened it, peeking inside to check the hidden surprises. Upon taking it out, I thought it to be a blank piece of paper. It seemed entirely empty until I unfolded it to reveal the few words printed upon this letter. Dear valued customer, suicides don't lose fingers. The police do not wear suits. The world spun, the world crumbled, the world felt like it no longer existed. Then all at once, reality came back to me as I felt a rush of anxiety-driven energy. I paced back and forth in the limited space I had, weighing up my options and trying to come up with a plan. Could I ones bring you wealth, the red ones bring you health, the blue ones bring you happiness. All you have to do is drink the vial. Before the poison sets in, choose a paperclip. Your decision will always be the right one. We know how your brain ticks. Every word we've ever written and every colour we've ever chosen have all been designed to sway your decision in this very moment. You'll fall asleep as a valued customer, but you'll awaken as a valued employee. I'm not letting them control my destiny. I will not sacrifice my life to their company to become one of their puppets to control. I know this company has a far greater reach than I first understood, though I might not be able to tell anybody, but I can tell everybody. I hope this post reaches their next big winner, and I hope they're as strong-willed as I am. People always use my driveway to turn around. A few days ago, someone pulled in and didn't leave. It happens all the time, and I can't help but find it irritating. I live on the outskirts of town, less than a mile from a busy highway, and people pull into my driveway at all hours of the day. It always makes me nervous, wondering if someone is dropping by unannounced, only to see them sit at the end for a moment before reversing out and driving away. It's most unsettling at night, seeing the headlights cut through the trees in my front yard while they sit there. It makes me wonder if someone's scoping my house out, like they're thinking of robbing me. I park my car in the garage, so it always looks like I'm not home. In the end, they always drive away, and I'm left feeling foolish at someone's lack of direction. A few days ago, however, someone pulled in and didn't leave. I stood and watched them from the window of my living room, peeking out through the blinds. The car sat there suspiciously, idling just at the end of the driveway. I thought maybe they were lost and checking the GPS on their phone, trying to figure out where they missed a turn. I try not to be a total jerk about it and give them time to figure out where they're going before jumping to conclusions. But it was after 11 o'clock at night, and not only were they interrupting my movie, they were weirding me out. When the car stayed there for 5 minutes, I started to get worried. I raised the blinds and started waving to see if I could get some kind of reaction. The car continued to idle there, the faint trail of exhaust rising in the chilly night. Nobody turned on the dome light, nobody got out, nothing. I just stood there watching, wondering if I should go out there or call the police. Dialing 911 seemed a little ridiculous without even going out and seeing first, so I did something I really didn't want to do. I went to see why they were sitting there. I put on my shoes and pulled on a jacket. I brought my phone for light, or in case I needed to help them call a tow truck or something. I thought the best case scenario was maybe they got a flat tire and their phone had died and they were too nervous to knock on the door. Like I said, it was after 11, and knocking on someone's door at that hour could be just as shady as watching them sit at the end of my driveway. Against my better judgment, I stepped outside. I could hear the engine running in the distance, along with a chorus of crickets chirping in the night. It took me a few seconds to get the courage to walk out there. The driveway is pretty long and it's really dark. Everything feels scarier in the middle of the night, especially with no neighbours close by. I swallowed hard and started walking, keeping my eyes on the car as I walked over. I turned on the flashlight function on my phone and tried to keep a steady pace on the way. Gravel crunched under my feet and my palms started to sweat. Maybe they were drunk and fell asleep. Maybe it was a couple of young kids lost on a late night out. When I got about 20 feet away, I got a sick feeling in my stomach. Something felt off, especially when I could see the driver behind the wheel. They were just looking at me like they were frozen. I could only faintly make out their eyes, a pale visage within the darkness of the front seat. "Hello," I asked aloud, trying not to sound as nervous as I was. No response. The driver didn't even blink. I took a couple steps closer, trying to see if there was anyone else in there with them. The urge to call the police itched at me more the closer I got. "You lost? This is private property," I called out again, the features in the driver's face looking more unsettling the closer I got. I could only see their eyes, their nose. Why couldn't I see anything else? Why weren't they moving? The headlights were blinding, making it hard to see. I kept pushing forward, holding up a hand to try and block so I could see. I had no choice but to get closer and try to get around to the driver's side to get a better look. More crunching footsteps and their car getting louder. The realised I was holding my breath, the anxiety welling within me as I approached. The driver looked like a woman, her hands in front of her, holding the wheel, but it was so dark in there I couldn't see her hands, only the unmoving stare. A strong feeling of foreboding radiated from the eerie car, and my body begged to turn and run back to the house. Something was wrong, very, very wrong. I walked around the front of the vehicle to see the driver's side and held up my flashlight to see them. They didn't turn to look at me, they didn't do anything. My eyes slowly collaborated what was in front of me, and when it finally pieced together, I wanted to scream. The woman was dead, her lifeless eyes frozen on my house, unable to look away. Her throat had been slashed and the entire car was spattered with blood. Duct tape was everywhere, a single wrap across her forehead to hold her in place, a strip over her mouth so she couldn't speak, and several tight binds around her wrists to keep them to the steering wheel. Her hands had been removed. I called the police, frantically looking everywhere as the world seemed to be caving in on me. An operator picked up immediately, and through my terrified ramble, I subconsciously took in the scene as I explained what was happening. There was nobody in the back seat and no signs of anyone leaving. I started to panic more, looking in the trees and back towards the house, expecting to see someone watching, but there was nobody else, nobody except me and the butchered woman. The operator instructed me to go back inside and lock the doors until help arrived. I sprinted back to the front door, the sounds of my own footsteps haunting me as I made my way back to the porch. Once inside, I slammed the door and locked it, flinching at every sound as a voice on the other line tried to keep me quiet. My heart raced so hard in my chest I thought I would have a heart attack. The police arrived in less than 2 minutes. One car at first with an officer getting out of the vehicle, gun drawn, then another, then 2 more. The fire department was next, and the wailing siren bled into the barrage of lights that lit up my entire house. It didn't feel safe to be there, even after officers came in and searched the house and scoured the entire property. They didn't find anyone, and the killer didn't leave anything behind. The days that followed blurred together. I had to take some time off work. Between the questioning and my driveway turning into a crime scene, I couldn't go anywhere if I tried. I didn't sleep much. Between the police, a lawyer, and the news crews, I wasn't alone for a while. They searched everything, the basement, the attic, the woods behind my house. They even looked in the crawl space to see if they were holed up in there. There was no evidence left behind, no inclination of where they went either. The killer was never found. I didn't learn much about the woman I found, other than that they suspect she was picked at random on her way home from work. Eventually, things went back to normal, and I was allowed to go back to work. It was a relief to get out of the house. Even after they towed that poor woman's car away, I couldn't help but think of it every time I looked outside. Getting into town and back behind my desk was a welcome distraction, and once I was able to busy my mind, it was easier to pretend it was all just a bad dream. That was until I was driving home last night. I was about halfway home when I started noticing an odour, like I had driven past some roadkill. I tried rolling up the windows and it got worse, a heavy rotting smell that made me gag. I realised it was something inside the car. When I pulled over to find it, I looked under the seats and in the trunk, thinking maybe I had left out some raw meat from the last time I went shopping. I didn't find anything, and I found myself scratching my head at a loss, until I looked at the glove box and saw it was leaking. When I hit the button and opened it, the scent exploded into the cab, along with a cloud of buzzing flies. Stuffed inside the glove box was the pair of a woman's hands, decomposed and swelling against the duct tape that wrapped around them. I hope you enjoyed those stories, and again, if you liked them, make sure you go in, give them an upvote on Reddit. I'm sorry that this video is so short. My neighbours have